Hey everyone, I'm here with our story of the week. And this is a new type of story for us. This story is a story that is realistic fiction. So on my board here, I have the words realistic fiction. And you know at this point that a fiction story means it's just for fun. It's made up. It did not happen actually in real life. It's a story that the author just decided to write for fun. Now, that word realistic is very important when we look at the at the type of story that we're going to read today. Realistic fiction means yes, it is a story that's made up, but it could happen in real life. Okay? There's not going to be anything crazy in this story like um, talking animals or anything like that. It's actually a made up story, but it's about real things. So that's what realistic fiction means. And you'll see that when we take a look at this story as well. And I think this is kind of a cool story because you might see some words that you've heard in Spanish with Mr. Mac. And maybe next time you have Spanish with Mr. Mac, you can talk about this story with him because I'm sure he would love to hear some of the Spanish words you learned from the story. And we'll talk about all that once we get into the story together. So let's do this. Let's look at our new story of the week, and I'll read it to you, and we can talk about it together. Okay, so here is the cover of our story, and we can see the title. It says, "What can you do with a paleta?" So, first of all, our title has a few sight words right in a row. Can, you, do. Here's one of our newest ones, with, and then the sight word a or a. So, first of all, let's talk about what a paleta is. You can see in the illustration that the children are holding a paleta. What do you think a paleta looks like? Yeah, it kind of looks like a popsicle. And when we read the story, we will see that um, a paleta is a special kind of popsicle from the culture that we are reading about in this realistic fiction story. So, what I want to do is get into this story, and we will be reading to find out about a very, very special neighborhood and what the people in the neighborhood do for fun. So, let's get into it. Here's our first couple pages. I'll start reading. Just be a good listener, relax, and enjoy the story. I'm going to start right here. Where the big velvet roses bloom, red and pink and fuchsia, where the accordion plays sassy and sweet, where the smell of crispy tacos or buttery tortillas or juicy fruta floats out of every window. So check out this neighborhood so far. I think this looks like a really comfortable, cozy place. Okay, I love all the different colors. I liked how the words make it sound so welcoming, and it talks about our senses, the things we see, like the roses blooming, the things we hear, like the music from the accordion, and we smell the crispy tacos. It just sounds like a nice place to be. Now, when we turn the page here, this girl right here is going to be our main character. She is kind of telling us the story, okay? And the setting of our story, remember, setting, important word for us. Setting is the place where the story is happening. And the setting of this story is her barrio. And barrio means neighborhood in Spanish. So whenever we hear her say this word right here, barrio, that means neighborhood. So this story's setting is her neighborhood. The place where the story is happening is her neighborhood. So let's listen. And where the Paleta wagon rings its tinkly bell, and carries a treasure of icy paletas in every color of the serape. That's my barrio. You can dance to the accordion, you can smell the tacos, but what can you do with a paleta? So now you can see there's kind of like a cart full of different flavored paletas here, and each flavor has a different color. You can paint your tongue purple and green and scare your brother. Okay, look at what is the girl doing to her brother here? It looks like she changed her tongue a different color and now has her tongue out and is chasing him. Or maybe learn to make tough decisions. Strawberry or coconut. Now, pages like this are good examples to show us what realistic fiction means. Remember, it's a fiction story, which means it's made up, but it's still about things that happen in real life. Now, when we think about these two flavors, strawberry or coconut, those are real flavors of things that we could eat in real life. And also, I'm sure there's been times in your life where you had to make a choice about what flavor you wanted of something to eat. It could be a popsicle or ice cream or any other treat. Let's keep going. You can make new friends. Give yourself a big blue mustache. Okay? And remember, we can use the illustrations of the story to learn about the characters. Okay, we see the girl eating a blue paleta with her blue mustache. This tells us that she probably likes whatever flavor goes with the blue paleta. Or create a masterpiece. Now, that word masterpiece is really interesting. The girl says that you can create a masterpiece with paletas. I know that a masterpiece usually is talking about something from art. I can ask myself, what kind of art does the girl make? I look at the illustration to find my answer, and she is making different colorful swirls as part of her masterpiece with her paletas. You can use one to cool off like Mama does. So sometimes we can relate to this. A popsicle or ice cream on a hot day can be very refreshing, just like the paleta is for our character's mother here. Tio once won a baseball game by offering one to the batter right when the ball was being pitched. Okay, Tio means uncle. So this is the girl's uncle, and he's telling a story about baseball. And you can see that the story is up here in kind of a speech bubble, so we can see the words that he's saying. You can help the senora at the fruit stand make it through a long, hard day. So this is a woman in the neighborhood or the barrio that sells fruit. And our character right here is offering her a paleta to help her make it through her day. It seems like everyone in this neighborhood loves and cares for each other. But I think the very best thing to do with a paleta is to lick it and slurp it and sip it and munch it and gobble it all down, where the big velvet roses bloom red and pink and fuchsia. Look how many times we see the sight word and on this page. Let's count how many times we see and. Can you count with me? Go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 ands. Remember, A-N-D spells and. Good job. Where the accordion plays sassy and sweet, where the smell of crispy tacos or buttery tortillas or juicy fruta floats out of every window. And where the Paleta wagon rings its tinkly bell and carries a treasure of icy paletas in every color of the serape. That's my barrio. Now, this story is kind of a cool story. I like the way the author wrote this story. I think that she wanted to tell a fun story about a tasty treat that reminds her of what her neighborhood is like. Just like the paletas that she eats that make her feel so happy when she eats them, her neighborhood seems like a safe, calm, happy place where everyone cares about one another. Now, I hope you enjoyed this story. I hope you're able to learn some new words that you can maybe share with Mr. Mac during our Spanish class. Okay? And I can't wait to talk more about this story with you at school. This is one of my favorite ones that we read all year. Great job, everyone. Good listening.